G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in over on the west of the map, it's 3DB. We've covered him a lot on the channel recently. He's rising up the ranks. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other people who've got their game history open, so it means that realistically there's only a few people we can actually watch, because when it comes to the games that are being played, obviously there's a lot being played at the high level, but unless you catch them while they're live, it can be a little bit difficult to spot them out. So he's going to be playing the Delhi Sultanate, for us today, and going to be opening with a early dock, it looks like, so playing on Nagari. He is going to be going up against the one and only Hera. You'd be familiar with this gentleman if you paid attention to the Genesis tournament. He did make it through to the Final 8, the main event. Also an incredibly good Age of Empires 2 player, rising up the ranks in Age of Empires 4 as well. You can see he's sitting just outside the top 20 at the moment. He's going to be playing on the Mongols. So we'll be making sure that we watch, wait, and see exactly what these two players get up to. The map that we are playing on is Nagari. Now, when it comes to Nagari, there's a couple different ways that you can play it, and essentially Mongols are considered the favorite here, just simply because they have the double production in the early game. So we can see Hera going for the Uvu here. It means that he's going to be able to drop down a barracks or a stable, whichever he prefers, and then he's going to be able to bring a villager or two out over this way and begin sieging down the dock, drop down an outpost, and essentially he's going to defeat every single civ, except for the Delhi. And the reason why he doesn't defeat the Delhi is because the Delhi's fishing boats actually have the ability to fire arrows. And because of that, he's doing animation cancel. This is, okay, for anybody who hasn't seen, this is the new animation cancel that's recently come in. So the way that it works, you click the settler, you right-click the dock. Click the settler, right-click the dock. It's going to animation cancel. You can see how fast that villager just died there. Look, it probably would have died anyway. There was a second scout coming in to seal the deal. It was quite a long walk back there. So Hera going to be losing a villager there nice and early, but going to the safe dock. Now, that's not something that we always see Mongol players do, but it could indicate that Hera is just wanting to go for a fast castle and not necessarily look to challenge his opponent in the middle, because he is playing the Delhi. So that's something really important to note, is that because he's playing the Delhi, that he is going to have the aggression or the advantage on defense. And so it's almost a little bit silly to actually try and counter the Delhi. Hera now beginning to move the town center. I think he's coming a little bit closer to the Uvu, but in a little bit of trouble here as the scouts actually get on top of it. Villager's going to get pulled as well, trying to deflect the scouts. You can see how slow that town center's moving, and Hera getting trolled out a little bit. Look at the sheep in the middle as well, blocking it all up. The town center actually can't do anything right now, and you can see the villagers are idle. Hera actually looking to take down some of the sheep carcasses here. He's going to be trying his best, but look at the sheep. The way he's spreading out the sheep carcasses is preventing the actual town center from going down. And he's going to be able to come over here, continuing to block it. He's been blocking it for at least 30 seconds at this point. And you can see 3DB just paying so much attention right now to this. How long does this town center has been stuck for such a long time? He actually pushes the sheep away so they don't get killed. Ideally, he actually wants it nice. He wants to separate these sheep and then kill them. And then if he could, he should actually come up towards this position, get a sheep killed right here. It's going to block that out as well. He is such a madman. He is absolutely hurting his opponent right now. Hera is in absolute... This is disgusting. Now trying to speed up the town center, trying to get it out. He quickly gets over here, actually gets blocked by the car, and the scout's just doing so much work. I'm losing my mind right now, because every second that goes past, Hera is getting further and further behind. He hasn't been able to train villagers, and it does look like he's going to get the town center down, but he's getting blocked by a sheep carcass. He doesn't realize it. The first scout looks like it might be going down. The second scout's on 42 HP. The Khan is on standby, ready to pick up these sheep, and Hera does look like he will finally get his town center down after what seemed to be an eternity of not having it down. And I tell you what, if there is one way to inhibit the growth of a Mongol player, that's got to be the way to do it. So Hera really making a bit of a difficult decision there. He said, you know what, superior mobility coming through a little bit too late there, Hera, I would say. Oh my gosh, I am in absolute awe. So what happened there? So Hera was getting, his Uvu was getting sieged by the double scout opening from 3DB. So if anyone hasn't watched 3DB before, he always opens double scout with every single civilization. Every matchup always goes to double scout just to try and get early control of the sheep. Now obviously he's given a lot of those sheep over to his opponent, but the consequence of that is that he's got the early aggression, and subsequently he's coming to his opponent's base, and he's just absolutely destroyed him. I mean, that is such a significant advantage right now for 3DB. He's going to be minutes ahead of his opponent. It's basically like, if you could imagine Hera has just started the game AFK for 90 seconds. That is literally like a 90-second AFK. So by coming in here with those 2 scouts, he's sieged the Uvu. He doesn't want to lose the Uvu. Now, he could just pull a villager and go over and repair it. You know, it's going to take time, but he doesn't need to move the town center. And he said, I'm going to move the town center just so it can fire. Obviously, 3DB hasn't missed a beat. He's gone straight for it, and now down towards the south area is expanding. But he didn't miss a beat, went straight for it, and prevented it from coming up. So now we'll take a look over at Hera, how his expansion is doing. He's got 4 fishing boats at the moment, and now looking to expand down towards the gold mine. So he's got 5 villages, 6 villages down towards this gold mine. So obviously he's going to be aiming for that 200 gold. So 3 times 6 is going to give you 180 times 10. Well, 3 times 6 is going to give you 18 times 10 is going to give you 180, which will give you enough to get up. And he's got the rest of his villagers over on wood for the moment. And now we see that Khan looking to actually pick off a villager. We do have the age up in the queue from 3DB. We'll check in on how he's actually doing. We'll have a look from his perspective as the scout attempts to force away the Khan. Plenty of villagers on gold. This is definitely indicating to me, if you scout this many villagers on gold, this is definitely a fast castle. There's no 2 ways about it. You don't even need to really discuss that, especially on these water maps. You're able to get into the castle age so quickly. Now we can see he's only got 2 villages on this landmark. He doesn't really care about aging up to the 2nd age that fast. It's more about aging up to the 3rd age that really matters. So I'm curious as to whether we're going to see Compound of Defender coming out, which has been getting a lot more meta recently, or whether we are just going to see the somewhat standard the House of Wisdom, the House of Learning. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Villager going to be going down, unfortunately. Let's see if we can tap that herdable sheep. It did look like it was going for it. He is going to go for the sheep. Yeah, that is the correct decision, but it does go down. But we'll take a look now. Look, and this is exactly why Delhi is so strong on this map. 11 fishing boats going to be starting out for the Delhi player. It means that he's going to have such an easy time here against his enemy. You can see all of the villagers now coming onto the Dome of the Faith, and he's going to begin dropping down a mosque here as well. And I would expect, if he does go for the House of Learning, he's going to place it somewhere around here. He wants to place it outside of the initial faith or the initial influence area. You see that his drop down is probably going to happen within the next 30 seconds. His macro is incredible right now as more villagers moving out towards the gold mine. He's going to look to try and pick this up as quickly as possible. We'll take a look at the upgrades that he's got through. He's getting in the double broad axe right now. He's already got the wheelbarrow on the way through, and then going to be going straight into horticulture. Also has the specialized pick coming through. His mosque already is being done, or being it's finished, I should say. Sanctity now going to be coming through, going for a second mosque here as well, and already just training up the scholars. So he is not leaving any man behind, any stone unturned, just going straight into it, actually over queuing right now. He could be aging up. He could have that age up in queue, but choosing instead to just keep constructing. Blacksmith going to be going up as well. Market going to be going up as well. He is not leaving a single stone unturned when it comes to his technology. Plenty of villagers out on wood here, and now it looks like we've got the Khan just in the middle, just doing a little bit of scouting. We have already got, I think the movement speed has come through for him, and now looking to age up. Let's see what he goes for, whether it's the Compound of Defender up here, or whether he looks to come down in this direction, or even up towards this direction, and looks to go with the House of Learning. The primary thing is that he wants to do it outside of the initial. He's actually going to be dropping it right next to the mosque, so in my opinion, this isn't the best choice, just the way that it's bugged at the moment. So if you place it within the area of the mosque, as far as I'm aware, it actually increases the House of Learning tech for owned blades. So other than that, I think everything else works correctly, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to check in, we'll have to wait, we'll have to see. Khan coming to do a little bit of annoying pushing towards his enemy's base. We'll take a look back over at his opponent, so Hera, how he's doing. He's got the Deer Stone sitting on top of the Uvu at the moment, and looking towards that age up. You can see 800 stone in the bank for him at the moment. Very, very open gold mine for Hera as well. So if we take a look at Hera's perspective right now, wrong button, there we go. He does have another gold mine. He's actually got a back gold mine. You know what? He's got so many gold mines, it doesn't really matter. He's got another one down here. I was thinking that, you know, if 3D had really wanted to, he probably could have pushed him, even with just a couple of horsemen onto that gold mine, and he would have created a lot of issues for Hera. But now going to be dropping down the step redoubt, so no surprises there. One of the best landmarks in the game. And Hera going to be chased away with the scout. We'll take a look at 3DB. We'll see what he's up to. He's got 5 villagers on the age up. Is moving out scholars already, and I do like this from him. So you can see he's got more scholars in queue. So going to be heading out to the relics, going to be heading out to the sacred sites. My bet at this point is probably he's going to be focusing on relics and then on sacred sites. But who knows at this point. You know, what is important is that he is able to move out onto the map before his enemy is able to really get in and create a lot of what's the word? It's created a lot of aggression. 950 is the age up time, so a relatively quick, fast castle there. So we have a look at Own Blades. It takes 20 minutes to research here. You can see all the other ones, a minute 50, 3 minutes 19, 4 minutes, and then 19 minutes. So what you can actually do is, if you, as far as I'm aware, if you put the House of Learning, so you take a look here at the influence area from it, you put the House of Learning out here, and then you research Own Blades, and then it won't be affected by the time that it takes to come down, and then from there you can add in a mosque in between it and then get the rest of them if you want to get that one first. Now typically that is one that you want to get first. All those fishing boats you see trying to come in and get the snipe but not being able to be successful there. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but if that is incorrect, make sure you correct me in the comments. Let me know. I do read through the comments. We'll have a look exactly what he's getting. So at the moment he's getting that iron undermesh upgrade. Gonna be looking for that +1. We'll take a look over towards Hera's base and see exactly what he's got going on. Sacred Site getting captured up now, so nice and early Sacred Site for 3DB. No real, he's got a relic down here. He has scouted this one out. Actually, that's from the perspective of 3DB. Yeah, 3DB has spotted that one out. So he's going to be probably looking towards that, but we do see that the Khan is now over here and going to be focusing down that Scholar, so he's not going to be too much longer in this world. We've got double Lancer production now coming out, so no surprises there. I'll expect we probably have a couple more stables going to get thrown down here as well. Khan now going to be neutralizing this Sacred Site, and so this is part of the reason why I suggested that I thought it was unlikely 3DB would go for Sacred Sites, just because they're so easy to neutralize, whereas a Relic is more of a long-term, it is more of a long-term investment, and you can see the Relic going down here as well with the... oh my lord, we got a Tower War Elephant. Sorry, with the Scholar that went down there. So he did go pick up the Relic and then actually head towards there. So it looks like now we've got some outposts going to be coming up for 3DB here. Now, I will note 3DB has rushed a Tower War Elephant at this point. A lot of damage coming out from this, and I love the fact that he has literally just rushed it. So before Springles are out, before Spears are out, and he's just begun sieging his enemy down. Like, quite literally a fast castle into Tower War Elephant rush. What has he got to make Tower War Elephants? I can't even see it right now. Has he proxied this somewhere? What the heck has he got? Oh yeah, he's proxied. Okay, he's proxied. He's got archery ranges that are close. Villagers looking to try and get towards the town center before they do go down. You can just see how much difficulty they're having here with the Lancers. No +1 upgrades just yet on them. And the rest of the Tower War Elephants are going to be coming in. Who would have thought that Delhi would be viable in this situation? 965 or 960 HP, 5 ranged armor on these. And he's actually pushing in at a beautiful timing here. I got to say, I love this play right here from 3DB. He's so creative in his play style. Make sure, guys, once again, if you're interested in seeing more from 3DB, check him out. I'll leave a link in the description to him, as well as to Hera. 3DB, a Russian-speaking player, Hera, an English-speaking player. Make sure you check them both out. But now going to be continuing to chase down the Springald. You can see just how little HP it's got left, about 200 HP. But he's going to be very effectively dealing with these. You can see the first Tower War Elephant going down to these, to the Lancers. But at the same time, going to be able to get cleaned up by the Tower War Elephant behind. So doing a really decent job and really just focusing it down. You can see him just zeroing in on it. More Tower War Elephants coming in towards the villagers. It is an absolute rampage right now in the base of Hera towards his opponent's base, 3DB. He's losing a couple villagers here on the gold mine, but at the same time, he doesn't really care. It looks like we've got arrow slits coming through on both of these. It's going to take a little bit of time for those to go down. He manages to get the Springald, and now really, he's just having an absolute... It is a complete rampage at this point. I think Hera's scratching his head saying, what the hell is going on here? We've got the double production here coming out. So we've got the Tower War Elephant is incredibly expensive. It takes a long time, and you can see that Hera's doing a great job of isolating the gold. So what his opponent needs to be doing is just walling this in. That's the only way you're going to stop this. Otherwise, he's just going to continue trying to idle it down. Obviously, you are going to kill those Lancers, but it's mainly that idle time. And now Hera looking towards building a Springald mass at this point. You can see that the Springalds are doing quite an effective job at dealing with the Tower War Elephants. They're trying to get away from the Tower War Elephants. Town Center just firing. And now the Tower War Elephant, you can actually, is it getting outrun? It's getting outrun because of the YAM network, and he doesn't even have the speedy upgrade. So it's just the YAM network that is giving them this speed buff here. And he's going to be able to continue kiting until the end of time right now, and not getting a super effective trade. What I would love to see from 3DB is just a couple of scouts out would be able to come in here and just snipe these Springalds down. Would make his life so much easier. Just 4 or 5 scouts even would be fine. The next Tower War Elephant comes in, and we'll take a look from Hera's perspective and see what he's got coming next. He's sitting on 2.7k food at the moment, so he's got a lot of food in the bank. Springeld's out at fair distance. He needs more Springelds out. He does have the Siege Workshop here to be creating them. And now heading down towards the gold mine. Oh, 3DB is not having any of it today, and you can see Hera actually looking to evacuate the dance floor before his enemy gets in. The War Elephant does try its best to do a little bit of damage, but not going to have a whole lot of lock. He's just going to be idling his enemy for now and probably just sieging that one up. And we did mention earlier that there are other gold mines out and about on the map. Hera actually heading over towards the hunt. Hera, I'm not sure if you've realized this, mate, but you got 3k food. The last thing you need right now is huntable deer, my friend. You got to be heading down to these gold mines. You got to come out over here. It doesn't matter where you go. Just get gold in the bank, friend. That is all you need. 3 Springelds coming out now. They're going to be able to start to more effectively deal with these war elephants, or these tower war elephants. It looks like the sacred site towards the north is going to get captured. It's going to take some time before he manages to get up there. More tower war elephants coming in, just attacking the deer stones. I feel like 3DB is starting to meme at this point. I mean, you can see that he's quite ahead in economy. We'll do a quick little stock take. We've got 44 villages for Hera. Compare that over to his opponent, who sits on 67 villages. So 3DB looking incredible at the moment. The tower war elephant rush has actually worked. Stampy goes down once more. I think it must be the 5th or the 6th tower war elephant that goes down. This is absolutely ludicrous. So first sacred site is going to be going off. We see that monk running back, or that scholar rather, running back at light speed. He's got 1.5 movement speed. Going to be capturing up the second sacred site now towards the south of the map. We're going to tune back in with that scholar. We're going to watch as he runs in at full speed. He's carrying that relic. You can see he's got it tugged in nice and close like you'd carry a football. Sometimes the scholars will carry it right on the edge of their hand, and they'll sort of carry it the same way that you would carry like a chicken with one hand. If you could imagine a man carrying a chicken with one hand, like you don't want it to bite you, so you're running, and as you're swinging your arms back and forth, you're swinging the chicken. That's what it normally looks like. It doesn't normally look like this, because he's actually got his arm inside the relic. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, so I don't know if that's a legal move. We'll have to double check with the referee. But now we'll take a look back over towards Hera's base. Hera's starting to really build up those massive Springelds. We can see more and more going to be created, sitting on a casual 4k food at this point in time. And I think at this point, you've got to ask the question, what can I make that uses food? And you probably want to be making that. So whether that's horsemen, whether that's spears, it doesn't really matter what it is. You just got to get units out on the field, because when you're sitting with 4k food, it never feels good to be... Okay, he has got the market out, which is a relief. You can see he's actually traded away a fair bit of food already. It might have been his opponent that did it, but now the Khan going to be coming out, doing a nice little bit of scouting here as well with that Falcon, I think it is. Yeah, the scouting Falcon going to be out there. A lot of range on those war elephants as well. 5 range. So quite a fair bit of range, but doing a great job of spotting into it. Those elephants are a little bit upset that the Falcon has come out. But now towards Hera's back, he's still got these fish back here. Despite expanding with 10 fishing boats out there. But have a look at the economy here for his opponent. 25 fishing boats? 25 fishing boats, and this is where the power of Nagari really comes in, and this is why it's so important to try and take the middle. When it comes to the hierarchy of hybrid civilizations, Delhi at the moment sort of sits at the top. Even though, you know, there's a lot of bugs for the civilization, realistically, it is a very strong counterciv to the Mongols. To be honest, Mongols is like S tier, and then Delhi is like S tier on the condition that the enemy is Mongols. But, I mean, even then, you know, it's still a really strong civilization on these hybrid maps, just because of how the fishing boats work. So for anybody unfamiliar, just 3 fishing boats is enough to actually kill enemy fishing boats under their docks. So if you've got 3 fishing boats, jeez, these guys are not happy. These guys are not happy, Jan. We don't actually have, I'm going to take a look. Let's see. We don't have it coming in yet. Force march, not yet in. +2 range defense coming in. Now, 4th relic going to be picked up. Is there another relic remaining on the map? That's going to be the 4th relic. There must be a 5th relic out here somewhere. I don't think Harry has actually gone for any sort of religious tech at this point in time. It doesn't seem that way. So probably on the way back in at this point. We can see just how fast that scholar is running. And now the Springeld's up on the field, kind of outnumbered by the Tower War Elephants. You can see how much damage they're taking. And now the Springeld going to be moving back 1 movement speed at this point in time. The Tower War Elephant's going to begin closing the distance on them, but at the same time, you've got to realize that there's really not a lot that they can do just simply because they're outrun. He's got to get into the YAM network, but where's the nearest YAM provider? It doesn't look like the Mosque Wi-Fi has come out super far with the YAM network. He's doing his best to get back here, manages to outrun the Tower War Elephants with the Springalds, and now we can see there's plenty of horsemen coming out for Hera. No veteran upgrades just yet at this point in time. We'll take a look. There is the veteran upgrade coming through. I don't think we've got a blacksmith out. What upgrades have we got? No upgrades coming through just yet. Khan going to be on the back line here, spotting out the enemy, but the Tower War Elephants are going to make short work of this Khan as the Khan does go down, and more men-at-arms going to be coming out. So plenty of men-at-arms here for 3DB, as well as a lot of Tower War Elephants. 8 Tower War Elephants, 10 men-at-arms, 2 Scholars coming in for some healing as well. So we'll take a look and see what techs he's managed to get. So it doesn't have Zeal just yet. Now, as far as I'm aware, Zeal is actually bugged. You know, like all things Delhi, all things are bugged. So Zeal does actually, I think it reduces the attack speed on some units, which is kind of wild because it's meant to increase it by 50%. But it actually reduces the attack speed. Yeah, not a good tech, at least not at the moment. You know, once Delhi's bugs get fixed, I think Delhi's going to be in a great spot. At the moment, I still think it's still a viable civilization on some maps, like Nagari is obviously one where it is a very viable civilization. And we can really see from the way that 3DB is playing it, is that it is evidently a strong civilization. Take a look at the score difference now. So Hera playing the Mongols, which is normally a score-inflated civilization, is down 2k score to 3DB, who currently sits on 6.4k, so up about 2,000 score. 3D looking pretty strong at this point in time. No age up in queue just yet, despite having such a significant water economy. Still yet to get extended fishing lines. So this is quite curious, considering these are free upgrades. So 3DB, you thought he was perfect. It turns out he's not. He can make mistakes as well. So yeah, unfortunate, because this one does come in for free, so you know, why not? You know, you take an extra 20% fishing gather rate, as well as an extra 10 bucket capacity for the fish. Sure, I'll take it. But now we'll take a look over towards his base. He's sitting on 2.4k gold right now, 40 villagers casually on gold. He wants to get a lot of those Tower War Elephants out, it seems. You can see all of them that he's got in queue, sitting up on 170 population at the moment. A quick stock take reveals he's got 82 villager population and 121. How does he have 121 military population? He'd be over the cap right now. Is he? He's got those cheats on. Maybe it's just, you know, like all things Delhi, it's bugged. It's bugged. That's what it is. I don't think he's really got 125. You know what? We can calculate it right now. He's got 15 times 3, because these guys are 3 each. I'm pretty sure these guys are 3 each. Let's check 3. So he's got 15 times 3. That's 45. And then he's got 29 of these. So 45 plus 29, you're talking about, what, 74? I think that's accurate. 74 military population compared to the 137 that the game thinks he's got for whatever reason. Just classic Delhi things. Classic Delhi things. Do you think Hera can hear that? Could you imagine? Like, can you imagine that right now? Like, you're Hera and you just hear through the fucking the forest, there is just giant screaming like, Men-at-Arms going to be getting right on top of these Springalds, having absolutely no trouble with that. The Force March going to be coming through, connecting with it. They're right on top. He's tried his best to hold with the Lancers and some of the Horsemen, but not going to be having a super good time here. Springalds trying their best to continue moving away from those spears or from those men-at-arms, but you can see they're having no problem sticking to them like glue. So many Tower War Elephants in at this point, and really you're going to be asking the question, is there anything that Hera can do? And I genuinely don't think he can. There's so many Tower War Elephants in here. You can see the way that they're trying to get through. They've managed to get in on top, and so many freaking elephants, man. What the heck is this? Hera bows out, taps out. Good game goes over to 3DB. Absolutely well played from him. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this game, make sure you check out both of these guys. 3DB, an incredible Russian player. Hera, an amazing Canadian player. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.